everything. You know Elvis Presley. You idolize Chuck Berry. You know the founding fathers of rock and roll. But what if I told you the loudest, dirtiest, most electric foundation of that musical cathedral wasn't a man with a pompadour, but a black woman dressed as a nun, furiously playing an electric guitar back in the 1930s? This isn't just a music story. This is about power, revolution, and a secret the industry tried to erase. Get ready to meet the true architect of the sound that conquered the world, Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Give me a key.
Our story begins in 1915 in Cotton Plant, Arkansas. Rosetta Nubin wasn't born in a studio. She was born in the Mississippi Delta, the cradle of the American soul. Her mother, Katie Bell Nubin, was an itinerant preacher, a woman of intense faith. From a very young age, Rosetta carried a spiritual burden and a supernatural talent. By the age of 4, she was considered a prodigy, playing the violin and soon after the guitar. Her stage was the pulpit. Her audience, fervent congregations.
All in my room. Music everywhere.
She was the star of gospel music. But young Rosetta wasn't content with the acoustic sound. She felt the divine message needed more volume. And to get that volume, she did something that would change music forever. She plugged in her guitar. In the 1930s, the electric guitar was a novelty, and using it with such aggression in a religious setting? That was sacrilege to some. But Rosetta was on her way to New York, and she was armed. She didn't just adopt the instrument, she redefined it. While others barely used the pickups, Rosetta was practicing rapid-fire fingerpicking, a sharp vibrato that mimicked the human voice. And most shockingly of all, she embraced distortion. Her first major impact came in 1938 with the recording of This Train.
This train is a clean train. This train.
It was gospel, yes, but it had an urgency, a rawness the audience had never heard from a woman, much less someone titled Sister. She created the perfect fusion, the soul of the blues with the energy of rock. Rosetta's duality was her greatest strength and her heaviest cross. On one side, the austere nun's habit, symbolizing her devotion. On the other, the screaming electric guitar, a sound many labeled the devil's music. She faced fierce criticism from religious leaders who accused her of profaning the gospel. But her response was always the same. I play for my God, and he gave me the music he wants me to play. She pioneered playing in major black theaters, but the real turning point was when she began to cross the racial barrier. In a time of strict segregation, Rosetta Tharpe was sharing the stage and the sound with white audiences. She was playing rock and roll before the term even existed in the dictionary. Rosetta's greatest legacy isn't just in her records. It's in the people who watched her. The generation that shaped rock bowed before her. Chuck Berry admitted she was his single greatest inspiration. You hear his rhythmic foundation? That's the foundation Rosetta laid. Little Richard referred to her as his heroine. And the king? Elvis Presley? Sources confirm he watched her play, absorbing the stage presence and the method of blending gospel music with rhythm and blues. She was the matrix, the original source. They took the spark she lit and made it a global wildfire. The irony is cruel. They became millionaires while the mother of this revolution remained in the background. With the explosion of youth-driven rock and roll in the 60s, Rosetta's unique style, this blend of faith and attitude, began to be seen as dated. Her sound was too old for the new crowd and too modern for traditional gospel. She kept playing, but the fame and fortune slipped away. There were difficult marriages, health struggles. She was on the margins of the history she helped write. Thankfully, the world didn't let her fade silently. In 1970, the British alternative music scene rescued her for a legendary performance at the Newport Festival. The young, authenticity-hungry audience gave her a thunderous ovation. She shone again, But the lost time was irreplaceable.
You got to have nature now. I'll tell you that's all. That's all.
Rosetta Tharpe passed away in 1973, but her story was far from over. It took decades, but the truth prevailed. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame finally recognized her, first as an influence in 1986, and then, deservedly, as an artist in 2018. A posthumous recognition, but a vital one. Sister Rosetta Tharpe didn't just play guitar. She built the sonic bridge between fervent gospel and the electric rebellion that would become rock and roll.
I said 4 or 5 times. 4 or 5 times. Now he's my king. He makes me sing 4 or 5 times.
Yes, indeed.
I confess. He's the best. Stands the test. He kills that mess 4 or 5 times.
She was the spark, the proof that the most revolutionary sound can come from anywhere, as long as you have the courage to plug it in. Now that you know the full story, tell me, what was the most shocking moment in her journey for you? Leave your comment below. And if you value the forgotten stories that shape the world, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to ensure the next legend we uncover doesn't pass unnoticed.